Hello, everyone. Welcome to the North Hunterdon Scheduling PowerPoint for the 2021-2022 academic school year. Let's review the graduation requirements. Each student must complete 4 years of English, 3 years of math, 3 years of science, 3 years of social studies, minimum of 1 year of world language, 5 credits of practical arts, 5 credits of fine arts, financial literacy, PE, and health for each year. Driver's ed will be their 10th grade health class. Keep these requirements in mind as you complete your course request forms. A common question we receive in the guidance department is what constitutes a practical art and what constitutes a fine art. So let's review. For practical arts, those courses are anything that fall within the business department, family consumer science department, technology education department, or any of the polytech courses that students have as an option in their junior and senior year. For fine arts are any of the courses that fall in the art realm, which would be ceramics, video, photo, etc., or the music and performing arts department, such as band, string orchestra, or choir. You can look at our curriculum guide on the guidance webpage to see what other electives you would have to choose from. When considering the areas of English, math, science, world language, and social studies, it is important to understand that the class level for the coming year will be determined by your teachers from this year for those areas. Your current teachers will enter their level recommendations into Aspen, and those cannot be edited by students. When considering class level for the coming year, communication is the key. It is important for students to have an open line of communication with their current teachers about what the desired level that they want to take next year. So if a student signs up for a level that is different from the teacher's recommendation, that student must speak with the teacher to see how that recommendation can be changed. Your teachers will review all student requests and make the appropriate recommendation to the counselors based on the student's performance from this current year. So again, please have a conversation with your teachers about what level you are considering for the coming year. If you find yourself in a situation where your current teacher denied you the ability to move up a level and you wish to, it is encouraged that you sit down with your teacher and ask what is expected from you to earn the recommendation for a higher level. You will check back with that teacher periodically to determine if you are meeting those expectations and if that recommendation would be reconsidered. Again, communication is the key. Have these conversations with your teachers about what the expectations are in order for you to move up a level. In regards to PE, health, and driver's ed, it is important to note that students do not have to input this area into their schedule. These classes will be automatically uploaded by the guidance department. So please do not put PE and health in your schedule, where you will get 2 of them. So you PE 10 for the sophomores, PE 11 and 12 for juniors and seniors. Teen Pep is an option, but there is an application process required for that course. Sophomores will take driver's ed, and juniors and seniors will take Health 11 or Health 12 respectively. For those students that are interested in the Unified Leadership course, there's a few key components that you must be aware of. The course is a semester course, which means it is a 2.5 credit course. Also, it is a pass-fail course. You will have a P or an F on your transcript, depending on whether or not you fulfill the course requirements. It is open to students who will be in grades 10 through 12 during the next school year. Unified leaders are assigned to special class programs, electives, or unified PE to demonstrate being a positive role model or peer and assisting other students in furthering their education. Unified leaders need to be responsible, respectful, and helpful role models. There is a paper application for this course. The applications will be emailed home to students, or there are applications outside of room 121. Please request the course in Aspen when you're signing up, and you will need to complete the application no later than Friday, January 29, 2021. That application needs to be returned to Ms. Byron in room 121, or you can email it to her at mbyron@nhvweb.net. An interview will follow the submission of that application, so you will need to check your school email in early February to set up that interview to be considered for the program. Let's do a quick review of our class time and length, since it's been a while since we had a normal school year. Classes that are half-year courses, or 18 weeks, are 2.5 credits. A course that runs for the entire school year is a 5-credit class, and it runs for 36 weeks, with the exception of science, which is 6 credits because it consists of 55 minutes plus a 24-minute science lab within our 4-day cycle. Lunches are 24 minutes, with, of course, our directed studies as well, which are 24 minutes. The following 3 slides will provide various examples of schedules depending on how many classes a student selects in their course requests. So, for example, in this slide, if a student chooses to put 36 credits in their course request, they can anticipate having 6 classes per day with 2 55-minute study halls, one which would fall each half of the year. For each 2.5 credit class that they add, one of those study halls would disappear. So if a student signed up for 38.5 credits, they would get 1 55-minute study hall. Could be first half of the year, or could be second half of the year, depending on the electives they chose. If they choose 41 credits, then they would not get a 55-minute study hall during that school year. When completing your course requests, please be aware of the minimum and maximum number of credits that students can sign up for. For sophomores and juniors, the minimum will be 36 credits due to the fact of your science requirement. Science classes are 6 credits, which would require you to have 36 minimum credits. If you're a senior, however, and you've completed your science requirement and have no intention of taking a science class as a senior, you can have 35 credit minimum. 47 credits is the maximum that you can have as requested in your schedule. Aspen will not allow students to post requests if the number of credits exceed 47 or are below 35. So please be aware of those minimum and maximum number of credits when completing your course request. For seniors, when completing your course requests for next year, it is important that you make sure you have met all your graduation requirements by the end of senior year. Pay attention to your practical arts and fine arts requirement. You need 5 credits in each to meet the minimum requirements. If you know that you've only taken 1 or none in these areas, it is important that you add those fine or practical arts into your senior year requests. For current Polytech students, it's an important piece of your schedule that you take history as a senior. In most cases, history is what was moved from junior year to make room for Polytech, so please make sure you sign up for world history in your senior year. Okay, when applying to colleges, they will see your transcript with all the classes in progress as a senior. So changes after transcripts are sent are strongly discouraged. So please make sure that you are realistic when choosing your senior year classes. Yes, you want to challenge yourself, but also be realistic in what you're taking because colleges may ask for your first and second marking period grades. Doing poorly in your senior year will not reflect well for you when applying to colleges. You want to try to take as many classes that are related to your major if possible when choosing your course requests. Just a friendly reminder, when you're picking your course request for next year, pick only classes that you truly want to take. Yes, you're going to have to take some courses that you may not want to because they're graduation requirements, but certainly anything else should truly be something you want to take. Do not pick a class because you think a certain teacher will be teaching that class. Our staffing is constantly evolving, so a teacher that may be teaching something this year may not be teaching that same course next year, so don't use teacher as a reason to take a class. Certainly don't pick a class because a friend is requesting that class. A lot of sections are present for many different classes. There's a high probability you won't get the class with a friend, so that should not be the reason why you select a course. Keep in mind that after schedules are created, you may not be able to change your schedules, and there's several different reasons that may happen. You can see them there on the PowerPoint. Review those. Reasons why we may not change schedules after they are created. In this slide, you will see very important dates that you need to adhere to in regards to scheduling. You must input your requests from January 25th to February 5th. That is when Aspen will be open for students to input their course requests. So January 25th to February 5th, the system will be open for students to input their course requests. Once you do that, you will need to print out and sign a verification sheet. Once you have printed that out, you sign it, your parent or guardian signs it, and you will turn that form into your counselor by February 12th. After February 5th, students' requests can only be changed by the counselor. So if you need something changed that you put in there, you'll have to make an appointment with your counselor in order to change it because the system will close on February 5th to students. For directions on how to add courses to Aspen, you can go to the guidance webpage and there will be a tutorial there to show you how to add classes to Aspen if you do not already know how. When completing your course requests, you will need to log onto Aspen using your login information. Your parents cannot do it for you. Your parents' login will not work. You must go in through the student's Aspen login information. You go into requests and you will add enough requests so that your total credits are at least 35 through 41 credits. Remember, voice lessons, instrumental lessons, and earned credits after school are not included in the 35 credit minimum. So you must have at least 35 credits above and beyond voice lessons, instrumental lessons, or anything of that nature that meets after school. Also, please list at least 3 alternate electives. Aspen will not let you post your request if you do not follow these steps. If you are having difficulties or you have questions or concerns, please reach out to your counselor so that we can answer your questions. When you log into your Aspen account, you will see this page. In order to start the request process, you need to select My Info tab at the top of the screen, and then select the Request tab on the side tab of this page. After selecting the Request tab, you will come to this page, and you need to click on Entry Mode at the top under the Options tab. When you get to this screen, you will see that the recommendations made by your current year teachers will appear next to each discipline. Those recommendations are locked. Students will not be able to change those recommendations. As discussed earlier, if those are not the levels that you wish to take in the coming year, you must have a conversation with those teachers to determine what needs to be done in order for you to get the recommendation for the desired level you wish to take. For all other areas, you will click on the Select button to the left. That will open up a screen that will allow you to work within that discipline and choose the courses you wish to request. Please do not just add a class that differs from the teacher recommendation. If you do so, the computer will try to schedule both classes, which will present a scheduling problem for you. After clicking on the Select button, you will see this screen. You will click on the box in the Select column to the left and then click OK to save that selection. You will then repeat steps 5 and 6 for all subject areas until you have selected all the classes that you wish to request. It is important to note that if you are unable to select a course, read the status column to understand why that would be the case. After all your primary course requests are selected, you then need to choose at least 3 alternate electives. These alternates will not be included in your scheduling unless we are unable to fit a primary course selection in. So please be sure to put alternates in so it gives us options to fill your schedule. Please be sure to prioritize your alternate electives. If you look at the screen, you look to the far right, you can put the number 1, the number 2, the number 3 in that box. That lets us know which classes you want us to look at first and the order in which you want us to look at. So it's important to prioritize your alternates so it gives us a good indication of what we should look at first, second, third, and so on. This might be the most important page as you progress through your course selection. If you do not click the Post button in the bottom left corner, it will not save your requests. So you must, once you have finished completing all course requests, you must click on that Post button in the bottom left corner, or it will not save the request that you input. There's also a spot there if you want to write a note to your counselor. You can put it in that box and say, this is what I need. Please be sure that this is looked at, whatever. So there is a place there for you to put notes to your counselor. But again, make sure you click the post button or it will not save your requests. Once you've completed your course selections and click the post button, you need to print a verification report. You will click on the printer icon and select Web Page, HTML. When that report appears, you will right-click anywhere on the report and select Print. Remember that your pop-up blockers must be turned off or it will not print. Then both you and your parent or guardian must sign the report and submit it to the counseling office by February 12th. Here is what a sample verification form should look like. Place your name at the top of the page, check Ys on any alternates, and if you would like, write any important notes to the counselor at the bottom. Again, make sure you and your parent and guardian has signed the form and return it to guidance by February 12th. Your counselor will meet with you to review your requests and your graduation requirements. If you do have any questions or concerns about scheduling prior to the meeting, you should schedule an appointment with your counselor. Thank you and have a great day.